And hello everyone, this is Angel Terri here with some more Dragon Age Origins. When we last left off, we had a very bad time, but we survived the assassination ambush. And we're left with a choice here. Do we leave the assassin to live or do we kill him? Now, normally when I play, I kill him, but I'm going to let him live this time because we're going to learn about Zevran. So let's wake him up.
Oh, what? Oh, I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
Quiet. You'll answer when spoken to.
Oh, you're rather an aggressive little minx, aren't you? Lovely, too. But if it's questions you're planning on asking me, let me save you a little time and get right to the point. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
Yeah. Well, who hired you to kill us?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logan, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
Wow, so more things linking Logan with trying to smack us around. Okay, well, when were you to see him next?
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Logan of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to see Logan then.
Fair enough. What do you mean, if you had failed?
What can I say, huh? I am an eternal optimist. Although the chances of succeeding at this point seem a bit slim, don't they? No, I don't suppose you'd find that funny, would you?
Aw. Well, how much were you paid?
I wasn't paid anything. The Crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan Crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest.
Well, what are the Antivan Crows?
I can tell you that. They are an order of assassins out of Antiva, very powerful and renowned for always getting the job done, so to speak. Someone went to great expense to hire this man.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the Crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous.
Whoa, you came all the way from Antiva? I know that's a faraway place.
Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The Crows get around, you see.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, well, why are you telling me all of this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
Oh, okay. Well, aren't you at least loyal to your employers? Or bleh?
Loyalty is an interesting concept. If you wish, and you're done interrogating me, we can discuss it further.
Well, I'm listening, but make it quick.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the Crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the Crows pause. So, let me serve you instead.
Oh. Okay, well, what's to stop you from finishing the job later?
To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the Crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you.
Okay, well, won't they come after you?
Possibly. I happen to know their wily ways, however. I can protect myself as well as you. Not that you seem to need much help.
Yeah,
And
fair
if
enough.
not, well, it's not as if I had many alternatives to start with, is it?
Yeah, fair enough. Well, what do you want in return?
Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I am yours. Is that fair?
Well, can I expect the same amount of loyalty from you?
I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing.
Eh.
That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing. In which case, I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
He's funny. I will say one thing. Zevran is freaking funny. You know what? I accept your offer.
A fine plan. But I would examine your food and drink far more closely from now on, were I you.
That's excellent advice for anyone.
Yeah.
Welcome, Zevran. Having an Antivan crow join us sounds like a fine plan.
Oh, you are another companion to be, then? I wasn't aware such loveliness existed amongst adventurers, surely.
Or maybe not.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
All right, then. Headbang. Okay, so essentially Zevran is an assassin. He fights with a dual weapon.
Of all the...
Yeah, stop bitching.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's put them together right now. Okay, Morgan disproves. And Liliana was alright with it. Alright. Alistair, what are you doing? Oh, like, why are you freaking kneeling on the ground? Awkward.
It will be done.
A letter. Friends of Red Jenny. And there's a quest. The task was never promised to be easy. You said you could enter the Circle Tower, and you were believed. Find the small painted box in First Enchanter Irving's office and deliver it to the door marked in Denerim as agreed, or be prepared to find yourself hunted across Ferelden. Friends of Red Jenny. There's a sketched map of several doors. It requires the box to be placed on it to block out false leads. Oh, interesting. And I think we did find the box.
Very well.
While we were in the tower. Okay, so let's take a moment. And, okay, the traps were removed at the end of the battle. So, that's good. I do apologize for cursing a bit in the battle in the last video, because I really thought I killed that mage. But looks like she ended up paralyzing the dog and then running around. And look, that's where Zevran was. And running around and then coming back here. So I am very, very annoyed with myself that I didn't double check.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go over what you are. So let's see. So Zevran is a rogue. He's an assassin, and he is an elf. Okay. Oh, so he has Mark of Death. The assassin marks a target, revealing weaknesses that others can exploit. All attacks against a marked target deal additional damage. And then he has Exploit weakness. A keen eye and a killer instinct help the assassin exploit a target's weak points. During a successful backstab attack, the assassin gains additional damage based on cunning. Now, when I had originally played this game, I fell in love with the assassin skills, so I played a rogue with the assassin stuff all through the games, except for Dragon Age Inquisition, because the rogue sucked, because he was too damn slow. So he has dual weapon training, dual weapon sweep, flurry, okay. So I'm not going to worry about you doing that. Or you have deadly strike. Okay, so let us rearrange our skills here. Okay, so you mainly have poison making, you have expert combat training, fair enough. Let's give you that. And what I want to do is do this. Boop. Boop. And zip. Boop. And I'll do his tactics later on because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do for him because I really don't use them. Okay. Let us get back out of here. And go back to camp so I can drop Zevran off and pick Sten back up. Is the blight moving in a different direction? Because it's here. Looks like it's heading this way. Ah, come on, game. Sometimes the loading can be very slow. So you just have to be patient with it.
The
So
blight. How will you end it?
Why do you ask?
You say you are a Grey Warden. I have heard stories of this order.
Okay. Well, do you doubt that I'm really a warden?
Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of the Wardens. So far, I am not impressed.
Well, that's not fair. Huh. Well, I'm really not here to impress you.
Evidently not. It remains only to see what you are here for.
Oh my gosh, he actually approved of what I said. He's very difficult to talk to. But you can do it. You know what? Let's take a little break from the fighting and let's talk to Alistair for a bit.
What do you need?
Do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
Well, I know he was like a father to you with the way that you described him.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
Well, there's no need to apologize. You're only human.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
Oh. Well, he had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
Well, he saved your life by sending you to the tower.
Yes. I know. I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Dwarves don't practice cremation, do they? How do your people honor your dead?
Well, we entomb our dead within the stone beneath our tags. Tags. I think it's tags. It's a
I
weird word.
heard about that, now that I think about it. Their spirits return to the rock, strengthening the foundation of the tag. It sounds so strange.
Well, no stranger than burning your honored dead to ashes.
I suppose you're right. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
You know what? I think I'll go to High Ever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Aww. So yeah, so you can do things like this to get to know about your people more. Essentially, though, to really learn about them more, you want to talk to them in camp because you know, when you're out fighting and you're out in public and places like that, you don't really feel comfortable talking about particular things. I mean, even in real life, I wouldn't do that with my husband unless he was a little nugget. And, you know, isn't that right, honey? Yeah, his answer is what? Do we have any of these other gifts to give Alistair? Let me see here, sweetie pie. So you like... Okay. Small gold. So you're like rune stones instead. Let's see. White rune. Okay. Saw carved statuette. Okay.
I could get used to this, you know.
Okie dokie. White runestone.
Is that for me? Really?
Yes, it is.
Wow. Wow.
Now, each of the gifts are actually a different amount.
Is that for me? Really? Wow. Wow.
Some are a little bit of the stuff, and I think some is a lot. I think that's all I can give him. Okay, now, as you saw, that Aleister received Inspired Minor Constitution. Now, one of the good things about getting their inspiration, or however you want to call it, their what do they call it in this game? Their approval. So the one thing about getting their approval up is they can get different inspirations. Like this one, inspired by your leadership, this party member has gained a minor bonus to Constitution. And I think this happens at particular points. I think it's like at 25, then 50 and 75 or something like that. So that's why it is good to get your party members to like you. Okay. What's the codex updated? Alistair. You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. Alistair was a novice Templar when Duncan recruited him into the Grey Wardens, or rescued him, as Alistair would say. His mother was a serving girl who died when Alistair was very young. He was raised by Eamon Gwerin, Earl of Redcliffe, for a time. Isolde's suspicions were unfounded, however. Alistair was not Eamon's son, but King Merrick's... so it was not Eamon's son, but King Merrick's, period. Blech. Eamon sheltered the boy to hide his existence from Queen Rowan, Eamon's sister. Alistair is fascinated by magic, even as his life is defined by fighting its darker manifestation. He has a fondness for strange runestones and figural studies of arcane creatures, and he actually likes cheese. He loves cheese. He's strange that way. Alright, let's see if we can talk to Alistair a little bit more.
You know, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I've something to ask you. Chances are we'll be heading to Denerim soon. And when we're there, I wonder if we might be able to look someone up.
Okay, the other thing by getting their affection and stuff up with you is they will tell you a little bit more about their life story. Maybe they're looking for someone or looking for an item, and essentially you won't know that until they get to trust you more. Yeah, well, Logan will get what's coming to him, I promise you.
No, I know that. That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
The thing is, I have a sister, a half-sister. I told you about my mother, right? She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle and she had a daughter. Only I never knew about her. I don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret after all. But after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking and, well, I found out she's still alive. In Denerim.
Oh. Well, that's wonderful news.
She's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal thing. I've just been thinking that maybe it's time I went to see her. With the Blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I can help her. Warn her about the danger, I don't know.
Or warn her about not punching your headphones with your ring. Huh. Well, if you want to, we could try. I mean, we're going headed there.
Could we? I'd appreciate that. If something happened to her and I never went to at least see her, I don't know if I could forgive myself. Her name is Goldana, and I think she remarried but still lives just outside the alienage. If we're in the area, then, well, it's worth a look.
Okay, new quest, Alistair's family. Okay, so it wants us to go see about finding his half-sister. Fair enough. We could do that. Alright.
Something on your mind?
Oh, here you go. Now, the other thing you could do is flirt with different characters. Now, personally, I always liked Alistair. I always flirt with Alistair. I've tried flirting with, like, Morrigan and Zevran and Leliana. Not my thing. But there's tons of Let's Plays out there you can look at that. Or you can even... I think the person's name is Dana Ducci. She has actually sets of where she puts these type of cutscenes in so you can see the whole romance, you know, if you're curious. So, has anyone ever told you how handsome you are? And please don't mind my hair apparently being on fire.
Not unless they were asking me for a favor. Well, there was that one time in Denerim, but those women were not like you. Why? Is this your way of telling me you think I'm handsome?
These romances are so cheesy. You know you're handsome, Alistair.
Maybe. It doesn't hurt to have a pretty girl say that, though. Beats being run through with a sword any day. So, is this the part where I get to say the same?
Not unless you don't think so.
Oh, I think so. I'll just spring it on you when it's a surprise.
Yeah, that's so cute. Sorry. Now, you can flirt with all the people. That you can flirt with everybody if you want to. Or anybody you can. But then there will be a particular point where you decide if you want the romance to continue or not. And there are ways that you can have almost like a, I don't think like a love triangle, but if you get two people to love you, I think you'll get a cutscene where they're like, you have to literally choose.
At your service.
Aw. I have some questions.
Of course.
What can a Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
Okay. So Templars use magic themselves?
You could call it that, sure. The Chantry doesn't look on it the same way, however, since really our talents only work on mages. Against a regular person, I'm just a guy in a metal suit.
Have you hunted many mages?
No, I never actually became a full Templar. Duncan recruited me before I took my vows. I was only present during one harrowing. The ritual that they test the mages with. It's not unlike our joining, really. And just as deadly.
Oh, yeah.
The girl they tested, she had a demon put inside her to see if she could resist. And she couldn't. We had to end it quickly. I have to say I didn't have much interest in becoming a Templar after that.
So couldn't others learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put two and two together.
Alistair, you're not like looking at me, you're kind of looking like up here. Give me a booster seat. So, well, it sounds like an excellent method of control, really.
You think so, huh? You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away, either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Oh, dang. Well, he apparently didn't like what I said with that conversation. Whoops. Whoa, not that way. Dumb game.
At your service.
I like to discuss something private.
Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
I need to tell you how much I enjoy your company. Now, there's one thing that you have to watch. Also with the romances, there are certain people who will bed you at certain times. Like, sometimes you don't even have to have that much, like trust or whatever with them, and they're like, okay, woo, and other times you do. But with Alistair, he's a gentleman, so you have to work on it.
You know, I was just thinking the same thing. Given the circumstances, things could have been so much worse. I'm so grateful that you're you, instead of some other Grey Warden. That sounded better in my head. I just mean to say that I can't imagine having done this without you.
Aww. Well, I feel the same way. It's cute.
Now we just need to be rid of that pesky archdemon, and everything will be back to normal, right?
Aw. He's like one of those little lost puppy dogs.
At your service.
How
Of
about
course.
some other questions? Let's see. Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you wear it.
I keep it hidden under my pillow. Sometimes I'll take it out just so I can hug it fondly and remember the good old days. Brings a tear to the eyes, you know.
So this is where you deflect questions with humor, right?
I'd use my shield if I could, but I think you might actually spot me hiding behind it. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
It's so cute. Then make up something more exciting.
You know, I like the way you think. But I guess if you're really curious, there's no harm in obliging. I have a couple of interesting-looking moles I can show you later, too, if you're interested. The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al-Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
Oh, really? Well, what did you enjoy about the training?
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have.
Oh, fair enough.
It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
Well, I guess my home is with the Grey Wardens now. With you.
Really? I guess I like the sound of that. We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
Well, you can always keep traveling.
Maybe. Could you? I don't know what I'd find out there that would be any different. I guess it would depend on where I was going. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Okay. Normally you can get little approvals through the entire thing. People have made kind of like guides where it shows you the best optimal path of suggestions to get the most approval out of the people. So like I said, you can reach top approval through your actions, what you do, and, you know, the gifts you can give, etc. Okay, honey. I'll be down in a minute. So yeah, so that's what you could do with the approval. So that's pretty much the taste of, you know, talking to your companions in the camp. So ooh, gosh me, goodness me. So when we get back, I think we will move into Denerim. At least start walking around there, because the shops there should be open, and they do have a fair amount of side quests in Denerim to do, so we should be able to do that and get some experience, etc. So let me save before I forget, because I have a 2-second memory and I can't remember if I did or not. And this is Angel Terri. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.